Hi guys, welcome to Understanding Her More, where men listen, learn, and appreciate. And today we are going to be talking about the ring. Not the wedding ring. Well, yes, the wedding ring, but all the rings that go on our fingers, right? And sharing with us on this topic is the beautiful Miss DeAndre and Shanique. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you as well. Really appreciate it.
Not a problem. All right, so the ring, ladies, the ring. All right, so it is generally known that a ring is a symbolism of a person's love, right?
Right.
You have the promise ring. You have the engagement and, of course, the wedding ring. And we know which one is obviously important. But we have some males who are kind of suffering. Is there too much symbolism behind these rings? Is it necessary? You think it's necessary? I'm going to start with Shanique. Let's go step by step. Let's start with the promise ring first because it's kind of popular these days.
All right. Well, for me personally, just putting this out there, I've been married for almost 2 years. In November, we'll make 2 years officially. And before that, I was dating my husband for about 3.5 to 4 years. So personally for me, I didn't get a promise ring. And to be honest, I didn't want one. That's just for me personally because I don't know, I didn't see the big deal in having a promise ring. I just wanted one ring, well, 2 rings, the engagement ring, and then the wedding ring right after. I can't but I go through all this process. You're going to make a promise to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with you making a promise to me verbally and showing me through your actions. But personally, I didn't feel like I needed a promise ring. Because most times, even when I see persons wearing promise ring now, people just assume that you're engaged. You understand? I can't bother with all that stress. So
oh no, it's not an engagement, it's just a
it's promise. A promise, exactly. So I was just like, you know what? And personally, my husband, he's just a very direct person. So he was like, listen, if we're getting engaged, we're getting engaged. I'm not giving you no promise ring because we just personally didn't feel like it was necessary. But for other persons, of course, they would see a promise ring as a form of commitment, a form of the person showing their loyalty to their partner. And that's just them. When you look at an engagement ring, moving up the ladder, this is when, you're going through that courting stage and you have decided that, okay, this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And then you know that you go into your wedding ring and that's where the official marriage does start. And that symbolizes that you are going into going on this journey together as a couple before God and just staying loyal and fully committed to each other. So that's just how I see things.
Solid. All right. So, DeAndre?
I kind of feel the same way she does. No, I don't think so. For me, it's like we know what we know. We don't need a promise ring to say, hey, you're committed to me and I am committed to you. We'll go through the different steps, I don't think it is necessary at all. Just give me the engagement ring and then we'll move on from there. But I don't need a promise ring. First of all, you're going to give me the promise ring. What if something happens and then I have to give back the ring?
That's true.
It don't make any sense. I don't think it is necessary. Just let us do the different steps, and then we'll go up to the engagement ring and then we'll go up to the wedding ring. But please don't give me a promise ring, sir, if you're listening.
I agree.
All right, I'm going to add my 2 cents before we even jump to the next question. And I have to put this out there. To each his own.
Right.
You have those who are excited to get it and they want to get the promise ring. That's fine. That's on you. But for me, for Katie and Hill, the whole all right. So the promise ring, and ladies, you can interject. You can come in and agree, disagree if you're with me. The promise ring segment or the phase of it is still the dating process.
Right.
And you're still seeing if you and this person
Are compatible.
compatible.
Right.
So what are you promising to? Are you promising to? Because you rightfully said, the promise ring shows some form of commitment.
Right.
But you can't be committing when you're still
You're still
searching, because dating,
searching.
Dating, right,
exactly,
right.
because dating for us, we need to understand that dating is a phase where it's like going to an ice cream shop and you see a whole heap of flavors where you like.
Right.
Options.
You say, let me sample the flavor, and if I don't like the flavor, you go to our next flavor. So what am I promising to really in the dating stage? And
But then again, well, you don't really see any real adults giving out promise ring these days.
That's a
Promise
lie.
rings
No, because
for real? No,
listen.
no, but no, let me tell you, personally, I haven't seen any real adults giving out promise ring. It's like persons going out to college, she have a little boyfriend and him say, all right, baby, this is me and you. Let me get this promise
oh
ring
well,
to
well,
prove that
well,
I
I
am.
get, I
But
get that,
that
I
is
get
just
that.
it. But I don't see any real adults giving out promise ring.
I have seen it, like literally recently. Obviously I can't say the name or whatever, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have
Right.
seen it, and I was like, okay, exactly what
No.
Kaden was saying. Like, what are you promising to? You guys can
Yes.
Exactly.
break up at any point in time.
Any point, because this is the dating stage. I mean, we're
Right.
seeing if we're really compatible. And I get what DeAndre is saying. I understand where she's coming from. Where that's how I see it most often times, because I see it where it's like a college phase. So I promise to keep you even after college, I guess.
I don't
Yeah,
Um,
know.
something like that.
but I
Yeah.
haven't really seen. I get what DeAndre is saying, but
I think people still do
as
it. It's just
Shanique
that
said, yeah,
maybe,
as Shanique said, it's still right across the board, because people are, oh, it's a promise ring, and it is oftentimes people mistake it for an engagement.
for
And
engagements,
to be
exactly.
honest, from my last point on this, me can't bother with that. Oh, yeah, and get no,
That's why I'm
No.
telling you, it's a very stressful time, because people are gonna be like,
no,
oh my God, you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me you were engaged.
yeah,
You didn't tell me you're
I
getting
like.
married.
I let me
Yeah,
low
just
key. Then
find
I
a
say,
different. I
but
believe
which?
if you're going to have a promise ring, just find a different finger to put it on to say, hey, this is a finger because you have your wedding ring finger, and
Right.
you put it on your different hand when you're engaged or whatever the case may be. So if we're going to say, okay, we're doing promise rings, let us find a specific finger to put it on, so when persons see you, they can know, hey, she's wearing a promise ring. She's not engaged or whatever the case
No,
may
but
be. So
but
people
but the
will
thing is,
know the difference.
she wearing it on another hand, people won't even think anything of it, because it would just be
Right. It
a
would just
regular
be a
ring.
ring. Because
Well,
The
people are wearing
that's
rings so
true.
often these days.
the only
Right.
person that's gonna know that it's a promise ring is the guy that actually gave it to
And
you,
the woman.
and the woman.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying, it's just between me and you. We know what we are to each other, so we don't need no promise ring.
But personally, y'all don't attack me now. Don't attack me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It goes back again. Are all these meanings, are all these stages, are all these symbolisms necessary? Because to be honest, I think a lot of our actions are made up by social standards. So what we see in the media, what we watch, what we see and what we see happening, oh, I love that to be me. I want that to be
Mm,
me.
Right,
And
right.
we forget that it is really, because for me what is important, as Shanique says, and I totally agree, but we're still putting out to each his own. If you want the
yeah.
promise ring, fine, but ask yourself this question: what is he really promising me to? Because we're still in the dating stage. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we might come to a mutual agreement that I don't think we're compatible. It doesn't have to be a sad, bitter breakup. It can be an honest truth. Hey, I don't think we're right for each other, but we can definitely be friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we were dating. But we need to understand that it is deeper than just, hey,
Having
I
a
promise
ring.
to be with you. Yeah, it's way deeper than
Mm-hmm.
that.
But
So,
I'm just sorry to cut you. I'm just
yeah,
adding to
man,
what
no
you're
problem.
saying. Something that I've been seeing a lot lately, especially happening in media. Well, not just, when you go on social media and you go on Instagram and whatever. But I think people are, or women, I should say, some of us get a bit more caught up in the ring itself and not the actual relationship.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's like I think a lot of people, some of them don't even want to get married, but just the fact that they
Mm-hmm.
have a ring and they can show it to
Right.
other people to say, "Oh
Too
my
much
God,
emphasis.
yeah, I'm
Mm.
getting
Too much
married," or
emphasis is placed on the ring.
"I'm engaged," but they're not
Yeah.
actually totally. I wouldn't even say I just don't
They're not
really like some of
invested
them.
in the relationship.
Right. They're not invested. So it's like they want the ring because they feel as if they need to flaunt it, or some of
Right.
them feel like they need to get married because maybe their time is ticking. As we get older and stuff.
Mm.
So people like, oh my God, time is running out on me. So the first man to come and
I
get a
need the
ring,
ring. I need the
boom.
ring. I need the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like if we don't get a ring, it's like we feel as if we're not worthy. We feel as if,
Mm.
okay, what is wrong with me? Why is this
Right.
Mm-hmm.
person married and I can't find a man? It's just a whole lot of things that come with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally agree with you when you said that a lot of times we're paying attention to the people around us and on social media,
Mm-hmm.
and we're not actually just focusing on the relationship itself and what you can build out of that.
And I have to point out this one. I know we said we were going to move on to the next question, but this is such a hot topic. We can have a part up going up to even a part 5 on this topic. But like I saw something last night where it was talking about the no, let's leave that for the next question. Let us leave that for the next question. All right. So we're saying that for the promise ring, to each his own. If you
Right.
want to get a promise ring, kudos for you. But really
Right.
think about it. What is it being promised to? What are you promising in a dating stage? Are you promising to hold on to us dating a little longer? Are you promising that even if we're not compatible, you're going to stick with me? What is it? What are you promising to? Because it is in those stage of dating we sample and we sample is such a strong word. I hate to use that word in relationships. It's like we just walk around and we don't want that. We don't want that. But it's getting to know if we can spend the rest of our lives together, if we are willing to compromise for each other, if we are willing to through thick and thin be there for each other without thinking about
Right.
going outside of our marriage, of going outside of our love to feel comfort. We are our comfort. And if we don't reach that stage yet, for me, I don't think the promise ring is necessary because I'm just dating you.
Right.
But to each his own. All right, so to the next question, ladies. We're jumping from the promise ring to the engagement. And this has been a hot topic, hot like bread. How long me feel wear one wedding ring for?
Lord
One engagement
Jesus.
ring for?
1 year, a year and a half, the most.
Listen.
A year
I
and a half, the most.
hold on there. Mama give my 2 cents. Hold on, because me see people aware engagement ring for all 5, 10 years. Me not depend that.
The
No.
what?
Me not depend that. I bet you nobody married me. Just nobody married me.
No.
So what? All right, what if the man say, all right, me want she know I say me want marry her. She me want, but
But what?
he can't afford it in a year.
That is
So
why you have a courthouse. There are so many other options for you to get. No, love, I am serious. Listen, if you can't finance a big bash, you go to the courthouse or you go in front of a pastor or somebody and you get it done right there.
That's
And then
but
right.
what?
from there, you can save up for your big wedding at whatever destination you would like.
But listener, let's not forget, that you have men that do engage to women just to hold them, even if them don't want to marry them, but just to
Then hold
hold
on
them.
upon them.
To say, all right, then the woman is mine. But really and truly, some of them don't have any intentions of even marrying her. Them want to sit and wait 5, 10 years until when them feel like, them ready for marriage. Me not upon them something there.
And
I
that's why
feel like
you
they're
as a
so cute.
woman supposed to look and say, he has no intention of giving me a wedding ring. So what am I sitting here and waiting for?
And
But
remember,
I have
go ahead.
no continue your statement.
No, but I remember saying, that you getting an engagement ring don't mean say you must get married,
That is it.
Exactly.
So
That is
Exactly.
it.
remember, the engagement can break off at any time. He can come to you and say, "Hey, I don't feel like this is gonna work." He can just break it off. So it's just like
Exactly.
a regular relationship. So really and truly, if you're not married, there's really nothing that is secure as yet.
Mm.
And sometimes, even
Solid.
when you're married, it's
Solid.
still not secure
Lord
these
Jesus.
Solid.
days. So,
Solid.
no, it's just
But
true.
we don't want to scare anybody. But the reality is, and that is why, you see, that is why we not to take advantage of the dating stage. A lot of people,
Right.
I'm really, I would say some people, let me not generalize, some people don't really understand the dating stage of a relationship. And it should not be taken for granted.
That's true.
The dating stage, if you listen to the previous episode, one of our guests shared where it is so important. It came from one of our men. It is so important that within the dating stage of every relationship, that you see the sweet, the ugly, the
Yes,
bitter,
man. It's true.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it is within the dating stage you say, me see everything and me want everything.
That's
And
right.
then
Exactly.
you secure that
Exactly.
woman. You say, I need this woman for the rest of my life because I do not see myself with anybody else. Then you put the engagement ring on her finger. And there's no, listen, the engagement, as we said, these are symbolisms, right? And DeAndre rightfully says anything can happen. But if you were dating the correct way and if you really understand, hey, that's why we listen to the Bible talk, Jesus said, love your wife as though God loved the church. And
Amen.
as much as how we break God's heart, so often he never leaves us nor forsaken. And that's the same approach we should take in our relationships,
Relationship.
especially
Right.
when we're going into marriage. You
That's
can't, in the engagement phase, see something flip up that can be resolved truthfully and faithfully, and we move on together stronger and better. And you're just like, no more, this not gonna work. How are you going to deal with marriage?
You can't, because you can't go in a
Because
marriage with that attitude there.
exactly, and we need to understand that the devil not like nothing with godly, and marriage is godly, marriage is sacred, marriage is holy, and anything we have to do with God, the devil gonna fight against it. So if one little something pop up, and you're gonna say, oh, I need a divorce, boo, you're not ready.
But I think
You're not
I
ready.
think the problem, the thing with dating these days, some people are just gonna look at it and say, "Oh, she full of man." They don't know what you're doing with the man. They don't know what you're doing with the woman. But them just say because they see you going out with somebody like this week, and then they see you going out with somebody next
All
week,
right, yes.
they're just going to say, "Oh, she probably money." I think that is no, for real. That is the thinking of most people these days.
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
sometimes
yes, it
people
was
just
that
want to
dating.
say, let me just stick to this one person and see where it can go. But that is
And
not the way we're supposed to do it.
but
I think
No, not
Jamaicans,
really.
I think Jamaicans in general don't know the meaning of dating, because it's
Right.
as if, okay, if I'm dating you, I need to date you exclusively, but that's not necessarily what dating is. It's seeing
right.
other people, but we believe, so okay, I see you, I like you, and you mega date with, and I eat that.
Tomorrow, yeah, I'm a
But
boyfriend.
Right.
but listen. You see, for me, I think a lot of women can relate to even what I'm going to say right now. And if you relate, say amen down below. Sometimes, not sometimes. You see, for me, me can do the multiple thing. Me go and work with Peter if me and Peter no work. All right.
You find somebody else.
Me find John. John, me I see what can go on. And if me and John no work, come James. Me pussy what can go on,
I
James.
agree.
And
I
if
agree.
me can't manage. What if me I date Mark, Luke, and John? And all of them have something me like, and me cannot let them go. Then me have to go Africa, because me have to go marry Peter,
Well,
you know. But you get what I'm saying? And
Yes,
listen, women invest emotion very much. We tend
right.
to easily connect ourselves with our partners or with
that's
those we
true.
are investing in. And I think it is kind of difficult to have to share that moment and
With
that time
other
with
people.
multiple people at the
Yeah.
same time. And I feel like me I go fast for the throne. So me might love how you treat me. Me might love how you talk to me. And me might love how I don't
Because you're gonna
know.
like
That is
different
why,
qualities in
ladies,
all of
you
them.
need you need to pray about these thing.
Yes.
You need to pray. No, seriously,
Listen,
you need to
true.
pray and let God lead the way. Let God show you. The signs are
Yep.
there. You know, I would just
Yes.
go and invest yourself in this one, in this person, and then next thing it don't work out and we're left heartbroken or whatever. But yeah, man, we
That's
need to
true.
spend time with God when we're ready to
Yeah.
date and we're looking for marriage.
And not just spend time with him. Sometimes we say God show we are sign and God show we sign and we say God a
Ignore.
liar tell.
Yes, yes, we look the
We
other
say
way.
God a liar tell. You play
Right.
too much joke.
No,
Liar
it's
tell.
true though. I want if I tell myself, God, I really like that guy, I had put on a piece of prayer and said, God, I need to know if he's the one. And God show you, say, I'm not the one, you're still there with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because they said, Lord, I can fix him.
Right.
I
Mr.
can
Wrong into
fix him.
Mr. Right.
But all right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I know we asked how long a woman should wear an engagement ring for, and we kind of went to another avenue. But we're coming right back to that. Um, DeAndre said not more than a year and a half.
Right.
For dating?
Tanique said
Not
how
for
long a
wearing the
woman should wear
engagement
the
ring.
Oh, for the
engagement ring.
engagement. Okay. I don't
And
know. I feel
Shanique,
like it could probably go 2 years, but I don't know. It
that
all
2 years something
depends.
there.
It all depends. I don't know.
Right. You see, there are cases where I can see, like we can go to that extent because, for example, your fiance, he's deployed, so you know that he's going to be out for a while. Then I
Mm,
can look at that and say, that is an okay case. But
Right.
mm-hmm.
otherwise from that, if it's that we're broke, then we can go to the courthouse. But otherwise, I don't see any reason why we should be engaged for 3, 4 years going on. I could probably find somebody else during that time, get married to them, and have children.
But if you're broke,
But
No,
if you're broke, why even about to get married?
exactly.
If
no,
you're broke, think about it.
Exactly. Because how are
not
you
even
going to
that too, you know.
provide?
It's not even that too. Me believe say you can date as long as you want. Date as long as you want date. Cause this is somebody you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. So take any amount of time you want to find out if this somebody is the person you want to wake up with for the rest of your life. But for the engagement part, do not put a ring on my finger if you're not ready for
Mm,
Exactly.
us to walk
makes
down the
sense.
aisle. Me will date. Some women who will date you. I mean, it's a different case where you haul and pull me and me I feel wonder if this man really wants to spend the rest of his life with me. But in a case where both of us are emotionally secure and we know that this is where we're going, please don't put a ring on my finger and make it get rusty. I not appreciate that.
I
You can
agree.
always give it back. You can always give it back.
Me not appreciate that something there. So like if you know if save towards it. So if you know say you want me you go down the road here, save. Even if I half of the money
Hmm.
or some of the money and make me just start. Because in between, once you start you have to finish. Or some look on things.
True.
Anything
True.
you start, you have to
True.
finish it. So even if I have to say, all right, baby, I think we can manage this, make we cut the guests them. Who want vex. But we just have to prepare ourselves in saying this. But don't make the girl wear the engagement ring. But I have to even throw this out there. I was watching Miss Kitty live the other day, and this girl wear an engagement ring for 10 years.
You're
Ben 10, me
joking.
mean 10 years. And this is what, so they're saying something like the man is saying his mother is supposed to file for him. So that is why they're not keeping the wedding
So how
because
So
It's
hold
how
on.
long the filing will go on for?
no, that
So
me
if
want know.
20
When was it
years,
started? Exactly.
No, like me
but
that me want know. So like, yeah, what if Lord God, we don't call this no for myself. Let me not say if I was in the position. Let me never say that. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
amen.
But if what would you say to that woman in that relationship for with the ring, engagement ring, is past dating and I look for married now. 10 years she have on the ring on her finger. And we can just imagine the disappointment every single time she think that, oh, we're gonna ring the bell. The man say, no, make up all off again cause the filing look like it a come true. And
No,
me
but
no
then
want.
But you know what would be even more disappointing is if the filing come true and him got foreign and got married somebody else.
Jeez,
Lord Jesus. Nobody even
No,
said that.
but
Nobody even said
I
that.
saw all the time. No, like
Jesus.
seriously, the filing come true and him say him got foreign and him see a little cat to him like, and I said, you know, that I kind of prefer the girl over my old girl, you know. See, I have the girl selling the 10 year with ring and then boom, turn around and married somebody else. I saw
No, ma
all the
understand. No,
time.
ma understand what I'm married that sing about. You see, uno Nikos.
Mash
You
up
see,
your
uno.
life.
You see, uno. You see,
No,
uno stay by.
no,
Why we do it?
Nika mash up on the life because I don't know why Nika mash up on the
Why
life.
Nico do it? No, no, DeAndre, look at this. You. I'm seeing we're going somewhere, and me hold on. 8 years come. Alright, so I say, let us just create a scenario. The ring is on. 3 years come, so she said, "Babe, what's up? You sure you don't want us to get married? All right, let's do it in March. January come, and I say, babe, I could cancel the wedding again because the filing look like it'll come true.
Right.
Then 5 years come, the same story. 6 years come, the same story. 9 years come, the same story. 10 years come, the same story.
Said it would have to call the person, you know, and find out, call the mother or whoever and file
But
to
what?
find out
But
what
what
is
if?
really going
But
on.
what if there's some filing business going on? But really, filing takes how long? Well,
No
filing
man,
takes
For,
how
it
for,
long?
for so
no
long.
man, it could because if it's based on what I've seen when I'm no immigration officer or anything like that, but usually when it's from mother to child, it normally takes
Mm-hmm.
a while.
It
So
take a while.
maybe Anna lie myself for true.
But we expect the woman to do 10 years?
She good though,
No,
cause
for
me
real.
never did I go do it. She good
No,
still.
that may
That's at
say
all.
that may say 10 years.
Like me say, she could have married somebody else and start her family and a go on. Like, me not believe in them something at all.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no,
I mean,
trust
I
me,
believe
that
that him gonna
rough.
even married. If them not married yet after 10 years, I don't think them are gonna married again.
Him would be a big Nico. If me see that Nico, then I ask him why you do it. Why you do it? In the first 5 years, I never feel like if I let her go. But like if I was in her position, I would already gone. Would have
Hmm.
gone long time.
Long
Course,
time.
of
Would have gone
course.
long time. But for me,
Unless it's a case that she wants to come with him. Otherwise, from that, I don't see why she's sitting there waiting with him.
Maybe she won't go with him, so she'll wait till the papers go
I must
through.
that. I
but
must
them
that.
not
That's the
married,
only
so it go
reason.
take another while to get she over.
Lord Jesus.
Oh, that's true.
So
Oh, that's true.
that's why me I say it don't make no sense. Why not? Why I never just marry to her in the first instance? I'll make your mother try for
For both
you.
of you guys at the same time, right?
Exactly.
Maybe
But
they
me
must say it
just
would
Right,
have
because
take
that's your
longer.
wife.
Maybe they must say it
but
would have
this
take longer than married.
longer than 10 years. Me could have wait after the 10 years. Me you go and be with family until your mother ready for take we over.
Why am I not know? Them something they would have stressed me out. I can't marry them something there.
No, big time stress. Big time stress. But for me I said I'll go for a year to be honest.
A year and a half, the most.
I'll go for a year. The only way it should go for a year if it's some unavoidable circumstances where not even me or my fiance never have no control over, and God say this needs to go for another month. So probably a year for me,
Makes sense.
a year for me. So Shanique, you said a year as well.
Yeah, I was engaged for a year. Me
Right.
no, what me I sit down and wait for you 2 3 years though.
The right time, exactly.
But yeah, that's what I say too. A year, a year. But they and they giving her tops for a year and a half. But should a woman leave if she feels this is a no show, or should she stay and wait for it to happen? All right, let us create the story. You are with a man for you're dating him. As I say, you can date him for as long as you want. But there comes a time when there comes an expiration date for everything. Don't date me for 50 years. That not work.
That not keep miss.
And believe me when I say people been dating till them turn common law wife.
No, I'm not believing in that at all.
Five,
That
10 years.
that my
I'm not
friend.
believing in that
That
at all.
my
I,
friend.
I, I see the thing, you see the moment you become a common law wife, 9 times out of the 10, you're not moving up from that
No further. Yeah, you're stuck.
because they're going to say you're
You're
here,
done there
we're already
already.
living the life of
Yeah.
husband and wife.
Why?
So what more you need?
Yeah.
So no,
But it's like in that in but there's me not see no woman in that position that when I want to get married. I'm
But
yet to meet that person.
let me give you guys a
Exactly.
story, right? I had a friend of mine, and her mother and her father worked together for 20 years. And would you believe me that the man just got up and got married to another woman? And they were
You
Jesus.
see?
and they were living together. They had
Nico,
children.
you mash up my life. You mash up my life.
I'm serious enough. Like a whole listen, 20 years is a long time enough.
That's a lot.
But then again, some of these men can be so misleading because
Very.
they could be telling you all the good stuff when they know that when they go through the door, they're doing something totally different.
But you
That's
know
So
what
like,
that's why
too?
I say sometimes we have to pray in our way for just
You
pray.
know what too? I don't think some of us actually tell the men what we want. We go in the relationship expecting him to know what we want.
what
But
we
if you
want.
don't say, listen, I
Right.
want to get married, I want to
Speak
have
your
kids.
mind.
If you tell him from the beginning of the relationship what your intentions are and what you're looking for, there's no way him can go around you. So if he sees that
Exactly.
he doesn't want those things, he will tell us, say, oh, listen, B, I don't want this, you know. You understand? But if you go in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship and you say, oh, let me just see where this goes. I mean, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying for you to rush it, but at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
he needs to know where your headspace is and where your standards are and what you expect of him and what you expect out of the relationship. You
And
understand?
that's where communication is very important, because it is
Ah,
important that you
Mm-hmm.
communicate your intentions or your
Mm-hmm.
expectations from the first day.
from the
What do
get
you
go.
expect from this relationship?
But
Well, I'm
if
not dating for fashion, I'm dating to,
Right.
so
but
if I'm looking first to get married, if you're the one,
right,
and to have a family and so forth, if
but
those
the
are not
thing is,
established from day one, as Shanique said, then
you're
you
gonna
can
have
look for
problems.
anything. Yeah.
Because he can draw back and say, "But I didn't know that you want to get married." That's the
Mm.
card that he's gonna pull in now because after all those years, she was
Mm-hmm.
not pushing for a marriage. So he's gonna say, "I didn't know you wanted to get married, and I met someone who wanted to get married, so I married that person." You
But
understand?
but but Shanique, to be honest, I think we're there in this game called life for way too long. I mean, I get it, man. We are like, what's the hardest nut to crack? Almond. I get that. We
Hard to
but
understand sometimes.
don't tell me say. I know every woman drop hints. We are hint goddess.
Some
And
trust me. Sometimes them
Just
can't catch
speak
the
your
hint.
mind. No, no, we have it a man dumb.
No,
Me would just say that. Some men. No, and that is the problem. We can't be dropping hints because sometimes even when you're dropping the hints, they still don't have a clue what you're talking about.
no, but
So
mm-hmm.
just
very
set it out from the first go that hey, this is why I'm here and this is what I want. And if you want to give him a certain amount of time, then you do that, my love. But just be straight.
but all
Don't
right.
beat
But
around
it
the
is
bush and drop
very
things.
but it is very rare you find a woman who does not want to get married.
That's true.
On a scale of
Yes.
1 to 10, 1 out of the 10 don't want to get married and don't want to have
But
kids.
sometimes the brother doesn't want to get married. If you have to make him know from the get go, say, if I am with you, then this is what I am looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And him can say, well, baby, I don't want that. So, you go about your business and you find yourself a man that wants to be married and you see where that goes. But no, don't drop any hints, Katie. Please don't drop any
Trust
hints. Tell
No,
me.
him what is
but
it you want.
but listen,
They
I agree. No, I agree. Communication is very important. But if we are really trying to understand women, we need to understand how we behave. DeAndre, very rare we come out straight up. I want
And
married
that
to
is
you
not
now,
the way to behave. Sometimes we need to change our behavior. When
which
we
is
see the
true.
behavior that we are showing is not working for the man.
Which is
amen.
Sometimes we
true.
just need to change our behavior, change our way of thinking, and realize, listen, I am doing this and he's not getting it. Let me try something different.
Listen, let me just tell you something. I don't try to give hints. I just say, listen, this is what I want. But maybe because I'm a
He's
direct person,
straight from a married woman. So,
listen,
okay, this is the married woman, I tell you.
if I want something, I tell my husband, I say, listen, this is what I want. If I want to go somewhere, I said, that's where I want to go to. Man, I give you hints. Me, I can tell you what I want. You
Yeah, but on a
understand?
but
Exactly.
on, but on a broad scale, though, ladies, not many. A lot of women are sitting down waiting for the man to just propose. Them
Well,
are
she'll go
wait.
wait till the man leave her.
No,
Oh.
they're waiting. And to be honest, most times when the men don't make those steps is out of fear of commitment,
That's true.
fear of committing to marriage. And it's because we have the relationship going good, I've heard it multiple times from men.
And then you get married and
Why,
boom.
be a problem. May I go on
Mm-hmm.
good? Why we need to get married? So it's a fear of committing to marriage. And I don't necessarily think that men are stupid because listen, it come from the man them mouth. I have to pause. Shanique, what you cooking? I hope you're cooking to give us some.
Oh my
I'm just
gosh.
saying.
I'm
I
so
hope you
sorry. I didn't know
I
you could
hope you
hear that.
no, I just hope you're cooking to give us some, I'm sure those in the audience them are going on some too. So I'm just
Sure.
saying.
Everybody can
So
come for dinner.
but
Drop the
I
location when you finish.
But I honestly, me not buy this foolishness and no say man dumb. Probably men take a little while to understand how we operate, yes. But when a man know what them want, them know what them want. Because as Shanik say, a man we are dating for 20 years and then bam, in a 2 years and find somebody where him know same want and then married her in a less than
Mm-hmm.
2 years. So
And you
me not
notice
buy it when we
sometimes
say
too.
man dumb. I just feel that men know what they want. And when they
They
know what they want,
know.
they
They
go for
do.
what they want. And they invest for what they want. They sacrifice for what they want. So me not buy this whole whatever. So when them a drag the
No,
woman them out.
Katie, listen, when I say man domino, because them full of
No,
sense, it's just that there are times,
be straight.
I feel like there are times that we can be straightforward with them and there are times when we can drop hints. But we can't be dropping hints
Yeah,
all the
Exactly.
yeah,
time. You
yeah,
understand?
yeah,
They're not
Exactly.
stupid
yeah.
and they trust me, they only act that way, but believe me, they know exactly what they're doing.
They know what they're doing and they know what they want. So, ladies, I'm just going to put this right here. If the man a drag you out and you had it up to here, I'm a pint to my head. You need to put it on the table. Is either we actually go somewhere, but me I cannot drive and I don't know where we are go. It don't make no sense. We cannot waste money on gas and me don't know where we are go.
That's
I
true.
need to know if the gas money worth where we're going. Are we
Tell him
driving
yourself
to
on
a
the
dead
sidewalk.
end? Or are we do? I mean, left me at the bus stop, please. I'm gonna catch a cab and go back where I
Exactly.
go. But we can't
Exactly.
be riding. So if you see where you are at a stage now where the relationship or you yourself would love to go somewhere, the man know where he wants, and if he's dragging you, you need to just pull him up, draw him up. Listen, we're not afraid to draw him up, because sometimes man need drawing up.
Of
So
course.
it's for you to draw him up and say, hey, yo, brother, where you depend? Me need to know. Am I for go south? Am I for go west? Am I for go north? What is it? So it's really about that. And we have to put the conversation. It was so nice chilling in Shanique's kitchen today. But a big, big, big thank you to our guest for today, Shanique and DeAndre. Thank you so much, ladies.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It was
Not a
And I
awesome.
problem.
enjoyed it.
Not a problem. So, people, we spoke about promise ring, the whole meaning behind it and what it really means and if it is necessary, and really to each his own where that is concerned. But for me and my house, we will wear the engagement and then the wedding band.
Amen, sister.
um but to each his own, and we respect people's decision, we respect people's choice of living, so kudos to that. And also, we looked on how long we should wear an engagement ring for. And really, we branched off in a whole concept and conversation of dating and the importance of dating. And we hope that it was a fruitful information. Guys, I hope you were taking your notes. Stop drag out the woman them. Stop drag them on a train. Stop drag them go about the place. It don't look good.
And tell the women them stop dropping hints and be
That's
straightforward too.
right.
And ladies, yes, we need to communicate better. We have a communication problem as it relates to what we really need. We need to be straight. So if this is what we need, it should be even established from the get-go. From the start, of us going into something, what are you expecting from this relationship? And just lay it out all on the table. He cannot say you didn't tell him. He cannot say he didn't know. So we have to be better communicators. And I have to. So you all hear that nice little tune at the intro and the outro of our podcast? Yes, that is an original. And we have to big up Volt X. So big up yourself, Volt X, and you guys can go and follow him on his Instagram at that's Volt X Music, and that's xmusic_CEO on IG. So go follow him. He creates beats and he's a songwriter, mixer and master, and all of the big bad things then. So big up yourself, Volt X Music. And ladies, I don't have to answer again, but my love, you guys did awesome today.
Me
So big up
too.
yourself, Shanice and DeAndre. And to my audience, continue being faithful, continue being here with the family, continue growing with us. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram handle. That's understanding_her_more. And tune in for the next episode. It promises to be exciting. But until then, I'm your host, KDK. Walk good.